might ruffle some feathers, but you guys want to know what guys make the best dad. Dude, the nerd.
This is my husband, is a nerd, 1,000,000,000%. And let me tell you why she is so right when marrying the nerd is the correct answer. As with anything in life, there's levels to it. So let's start with level 1 of the nerds. Your basic nerds. These are the guys either obsessed with Star Wars, Star Trek, Game of Thrones. You know, they are really into something very specific, sci-fi related. Bonus points if it's in space. They also may collect old video game systems. We happen to own, I think, all of them except for all the PlayStations, but we have Xboxes, Nintendos, Ataris, the Wii. I don't even know the name of a lot of them, but, and of course the Brit. All right, level 2 nerds, a little bit more in depth. One thing they probably have a hyperfixation on is some kind of, once again, sci-fi writer. For my husband, it is Tolkien. And there's some guy I should know the name of that he's going to come and correct very quickly on this. But I do know that he reads The Hobbit multiple times a year. And we have it in multiple forms. These are just the 2 that I could find right now. We're not even living in the same state, so I can only imagine how many are with him currently. Also probably really into Greek, Roman mythology, some kind of historical context that they have a hyperfixation on. Also in level 2, I bet they play some sort of tabletop game, but not any game, a card game. This is an important differentiator between 2 and 3. So this is someone who is in Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. Now you're like, Kendall, this is a little ridiculous. And a little, you know, you might think that, but there is a lot of strategy that goes into it. And actually, to tell you just how in my husband is to this, got my brother into it, but for his wedding gift, he gave my husband, when my brother was getting married, a custom card with a custom commander. That probably means nothing to you, but these guys are in a network of other guys that are also super into this. And what this means is they're in a network of solid guys that are going to turn into solid dads. Why this is important is because even though we have all this paraphernalia, you're going to see this around my house, it's also not a dead animal on the wall, and they're not gone all day Saturday playing a sports ball that they're not getting paid for. Level number 3, you probably saw it coming. This is Dungeons and Dragons. But what makes it level 3 versus level 2 being a game is the fact that if your husband is into being the DM. Now what that means is he is someone that likes to lead the group, which means he has to be extra creative. He has to be the one that plans things out. He's a good planner. He has an imagination. He's willing and able to plan for the future, would be a good marker there, you know. He can also help character development. Character development from very good because it helps have emotional intelligence when it comes to raising children. So we love that for him. So D&D bonus points if he is the DM or the dungeon master that leads the group. Now this is going to get really niche, but this right here is a guy from Warhammer 40K. I'm not going to try to say which army he's from or give you any details, but what this is a guy that plays on a tabletop game where he has a whole imaginary world. My husband doesn't currently play the game, but he paints them. This is top tier for multiple reasons. We got someone who's in touch with their artistic side, paint theory, color theory, and this is not a man that would call himself creative at all, but why we love this for him and why this is top tier is because it is a social and emotional creative release. This is good for his processing. This is good for his own emotional intelligence. And ultimately, he'll be really good at putting together kids' toys, and you're going to have a lot of that in your future. In conclusion, there is a positive correlation between nerds and being good fathers. I have evidence and proof of that